I say test, you say ickle. Test, ickle, test, ickle. See what she did last episode?
Yeah, she did.
It was like,
It was like LeBron with the dust.
Amy, let's see if you can keep up.
That's literally how I go. That's my pace. And then I'm done.
Mine's...
You had your time, but it isn't now. Locker room's talking, I need you to zip it now.
There it is.
Real Locker Room Talk, episode 177.
Yep, got it written down.
That's insane. And now we've done so many of these, you have to write it down. Roster, thank you very much. Again, Real Locker Room Talk is really just the greatest sports podcast out there. Next to The Sports Show.
Yeah. Big news out of the sports show.
Big news.
We got some good vibes coming at us from there. University of Calgary, I don't want to speak on their behalf. It's the biggest thing that's hit the university.
Hey,
you know.
Since the tuition increased.
Exactly. They're like, you guys are the reason we're able to hike.
It's amazing.
Up the tuition.
Roster, Don't forget, at RLRT Podcast. If you are on Instagram and Twitter, Real Locker Room Talk. If you're searching on Facebook, RLRT TV is the YouTube channel. Do us a favor. Please subscribe to it. If you're watching it right now, or if you have a free time, if you can help us bump up those numbers. We're really trying to make a play on this YouTube thing.
Yeah.
And, of course, Podbean, Spotify, and iTunes is where you can download this podcast. But we're back. We're back for another one. It's a thing. So I get to your house.
Yeah.
So this is where, Roster, this is what we're doing. We come to Mitch's basement. This thing, I know what you're thinking.
We're not in Hollywood.
We might as well be, but we're not.
Set design.
Mitch, you're VP of set design.
I'm VP of set design. I want to know who the president is. I've been sending him emails. I haven't gotten a reply back.
Well, they're sure not paying us.
No,
definitely not.
Yeah.
So I get here, and what's on TV? I had some errands to do, so I'm a little bit later than normal.
Not a big deal. I was waiting for it. Yeah, well,
of course you were.
You don't think I know?
So I come to the house, and Mitch, you open the door, and you're like, get in. I'm like, what's going on over here? He goes, Daniel Bryan is wrestling Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Starting match.
It
was, and so I got it, and I was up to the hype. Daniel Bryan's chest looked like Ric Flair somehow made it in there and gave him 90 million slaps.
It was crazy.
His head's busted open.
You know, spoiler alert, it ended in a draw. They fought for the full, whatever it was, half an hour it looks like. And the crowd was going crazy. I was going crazy because I'm like, this is a pay-per-view. People pay money, literally $60 to usually watch these kind of matches. And these guys are putting it as the first fight on their Wednesday night card.
I couldn't believe it. I got caught up in the crowd. I think the crowd is what did it.
Well, they are the reason we watch WWE
It's
or
true.
AEW or any of these things.
It's true, but the crowd was so involved, and I don't know. It was the camera, like the smoke. I don't know. It had the look of what did I tell you? Like an '80s Tyson or a '90s, I should say, Tyson fight.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing in the world. What a way to start.
That's the way to start. And you know who could learn a little off that? How about this last few days ago, here in Canada, we found out, hey, it's another 4 years of the Liberal government. We had elections. It's not a big deal. I know this is a sports podcast, but hey, I just like to talk about the government a little bit for a quick second. So I did a little perusing. You know me, flipping through the internet.
Best peruser in the game,
Hey,
okay?
One of the best, if not the best. So I'm flipping through. The Philippines, they got elections coming up. And guess who's got his name in the mix? It's our very own friend of a friend, George Campos. We are literally one step away from Manny Pacquiao.
Right.
And the fact that he's the greatest fighter of all time. Top three, whatever. And he's going to be the president of the Philippines. He's running.
He might win.
But he's up against somebody. He's up against a guy. And I listen, you should get up and into the Filipino presidential election. It's crazy. It's Pacquiao versus Bongo. Yeah, that's right. That's his name.
See, they got to sell it like a pay-per-view fight.
That's the way it should be.
That's the way it's got to be done. Not fight,
no.
But they should, if they're doing a political debate, they got to like package. And from Sarangani Province, Philippines, weighing in at 147.5 pounds with a political record of 20 debates, no losses, and 19 ending in a bill written. Manny Pacquiao.
Exactly.
That's how you got to do it.
That's how you got to do it. Well done, by the way. You've done it
And
again.
his opponent, Bongo. He is a 4-time conservative congressman. Spent time.
So it's
You just gotta go.
I'm just like I must be in that political mode is what I'm getting at. So
I
I'm,
think so.
You know, we saw Trudeau win again, and now I'm all over all political news, including the Philippines. Manny Pacquiao, 2022, could be the new president, and we kind of know him, kind of.
See, and it works because if we learned anything from the U.S. elections,
Right.
these past elections and the ones before, it sells.
Yeah.
It draws ratings.
It's huge.
People get involved.
This is what
highest
I'm saying.
voter turnout.
Yep.
Hey,
Hey.
pay-per-view.
So let's see what else happened this past week. We had elections. We got the Filipino elections covered on Real Locker Room Talk. Baseball. We got to talk about this baseball race. You brought it up last week. The Blue Jays
It's crazy.
have not, they've not slowed down. It's
Relentless.
Blue Jays, it's Yankees, it's Bo Sox, and they are literally every single day, they're all moving. First in the wild card race, second in the wild card race, whatever. But news broke over the last couple of days. So the Blue Jays are playing the Rays in a 3-game series right now. And the other day, this happened, and I got to find out from Dimitri because, hey, when we say it's our favorite credo really on Real Locker Room Talk, which is what, Dimitri? If you're not
cheating,
you're not trying. Exactly. So the other day, game 1 of their 3-game series, the Rays player, what's his name here? I got it. Kevin Kiemer is running down third base. He's trying to steal third or, score a run. He gets tagged out by my boy Alejandro Kirk. While the tag was happening, I'm sure you've noticed it. Back catchers have the playlist. They kind of have their own, who's up? Oh, that kicker. Okay, we like throwing fastballs to this guy.
Right.
His sheet fell out while he tagged them. It was the last play. There was a third out, so everyone's getting up. The player here picks up the sheet. It's all on camera. Picks up the sheet, goes back to the dugout. Well, so now they have the full scouting report. They're like, they say I can't hit a fastball. I can't hit a curveball. They've got the full scouting report. The Blue Jays find out about it, and they're pissed. So my question is, are the Blue Jays in the right or the wrong with this controversy calling out the Rays? Because they're saying, hey, that's not right, Rays. You guys got our cheat sheet. That's not right.
No. The Blue Jays are in the wrong.
They're in the
you
wrong.
You gotta protect that sheet.
You got to hold that
If
sheet
you're
in.
responsible for the sheet, you can't let that go. Those are your notes.
That's your notes.
Okay,
exactly.
it's not. Look, it's like me. So what? I find the answers to the test.
Right.
I wasn't looking for them, but if they're
If
there,
they're- yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna pick them
You
up
gotta
and
pick
use
'em up.
them.
Exactly.
Okay, no. You know what? The back catcher should be fine.
I think
and,
so.
and he should be reprimanded by the team because they trusted you.
They thought you could hold your own.
You're
yeah.
supposed to be the rock of the team.
That's right.
Okay, the glue that holds it together.
And I mean, it was just a slide. It's not like the guy bashed into him and the thing went flying. He
Yeah.
slid, the thing. He's not securing it enough.
So here's my question now.
Yeah.
So let's say you pick up the sheet, right? You got
Right.
this random sheet. You look. I got a sheet right here.
Right.
For
Hey,
example.
there you go. Yeah.
You look at it. You're like, whoa, I can't pitch.
Yeah.
You think I?
Oh, yeah, there's
you,
a-
yeah.
oh, yeah.
I'll show you a pitch. Now, what do you think? Does it motivate you, or do you get in your head? Is it a blessing in disguise
Oh, it
that
definitely
they
is.
just outlined all the flaws?
If it was the beginning of the season, I hear you, and it wouldn't matter so much because by the end of the season, maybe you tweak it, you fix it. This late in the season, and with everything on the board, how do you know that these guys because you're not going to change anything now.
No, you're not.
You either hit the fastball or you don't. So now they're like, well, and based on what's happening, the Blue Jays are going to make the playoffs, and they actually might play in the first round.
Be
So the
amazing.
reality is they actually have what the Blue Jays want to do against these guys. So this is like,
You want to know who
this
I
is a
feel
bigger deal
sorry
than you
for?
think.
No,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you who I feel sorry for.
Sure.
I feel sorry for the guy
Yeah.
who reads the notes where they're making fun of him that has nothing to do with baseball.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like Rodriguez, you can't hit a fastball. Tomlinson, you can't steal bases. Jones, you wear tight pants. Like that's gotta hurt.
It's gotta hurt.
It's gotta hurt.
Yeah, it's got. And what if your name's not on the list? They left me off the list.
Well, I don't got problems. Okay, I'll show you.
They don't think I'm part of this roster. This is a big thing. And you know better than me. If you're left off a list, it could cause a big problem.
If this was a team of Greeks, this would turn their worlds upside down.
Can I just say?
Upside
I've seen
down.
this with my own eyes. I've seen this. It causes controversy.
I think the Blue Jays are Greeks anyways.
They could be Greeks.
They might as well be.
They might be.
You know
Late
what?
to the party,
Hey,
but a good time.
We all know,
Yeah.
circa the 90s, the fastest base runner in Blue Jays history was Greek, and he came from the stands. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
yeah, that's right. You know what? You banned him for life, but he won you guys a World Series in 92. Just saying. So let's go off to the other big thing. So here it is. Thursday afternoon, a lot of people are putting bets into Vegas, MGM, certain whatever. This big news came out on Monday night. MGM has a bet on their board, okay? And they'll tell you, like, when there's something big happening. There's a guy out there, and all the betting people in the world, and even if you're not a big bettor, you got to honor this. There's 16 games for the first couple of weeks before bye weeks happen, right? Okay. There's a guy that put $25. By the way, it was a promotional $25.
Okay.
And he picked money line every single game. He was 15 for 15. He needed the Detroit Lions to beat the Packers on Monday Night Football. 25 bet turns into $727,000. Now, normally on a bet, what happens is you can do something called like insurance. You can basically call in your bet and go, all right, I'm going to stop here. Give me what the worth is. But because this was a promotional item, he didn't get that option until yesterday. So he ends up losing because he had Detroit. The guy lost. He went 15 for 16. So he lost technically the whole bet. But because there was such an outpour, and this is where social media helped this guy out, MGM turned around. The casino turned around and said, hey, you went 15 for 16? This is an anomaly. This is crazy. $133,000 to you, sir, pre-tax, of course. And that's to you. Done.
They did it.
They did it. They gave it to him. Somebody beat the casino.
Rosser, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you something. And you know why this happened, Mitch. Okay, let me tell you why this happened. When we talk about and we joke around about legitimizing certain things like sports, other activities,
right,
whether they be in the day or the night,
right.
The reality is this: the MGM Grand,
yeah,
is not just a publicly traded company.
No,
but it is also a publicly traded company that is acquiring.
Right.
This is a good move.
I like.
See,
this move.
if you would have done this anywhere else, you think you can go to the Golden Nugget?
I don't think they would have
honored
that.
You think you're going to walk into the Flamingo or any Harrah's Entertainment and get something like this?
I don't
Maybe
think so.
at Caesars.
Maybe.
I'll buy it at the Caesars Sportsbook.
I see what you're doing,
but MGM Grand, you, my friends, class act. You know what? Class act. They didn't have to do it.
They didn't have to do it. I'm going to say something. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I don't know if I like it. I'm going to tell you why. When you're betting, here's the thing. When is this going to stop now? The dude went on fire.
Right.
Okay, 15 for 15 all day Sunday, right? Or Thursday and the Sunday. And then it comes to Monday Night Football, and you put Detroit against Green Bay? Like, come on, man. At the end of the day, in all honesty, yeah, MGM didn't have to pay out $725,000. They said, hey, for marketing purposes, give the guy $130. We'll probably get it back by the end of the year, blah, blah. But in all honesty, don't you turn around, you're like, man, you went 15 for 15 and you took Detroit?
Yeah, but hold on, Mitch. In order to get 15 for 15, you got to make calls like that.
Dude, he had, you know what's crazy?
That's what I'm saying.
And we'll talk about it in a bit. He had to get Arizona. He had to get the Minnesota guy to miss the field goal. He had Tennessee. Tennessee had to come back from this, crazy down against Seattle.
This is what I'm saying, Mitch.
Respect, I get it. But you picked Detroit?
Yeah, but we picked. Look,
I'm just saying.
Personally, I don't like it.
It wasn't the spread. Remember, money line, just straight up pick.
Yeah, basically. Personally, I don't like it. Professionally, I respect it. I respect the MGM Grand. I respect this guy.
I know what you're doing. I get it. But MGM, if you didn't do it, you would have had my support. I'm with you. I feel it. All right? That's it. Going into baseball.
Guys, we would have sponsored you, but that guy with the beard. Like, tell him, why would he keep his mouth shut?
I think you could have easily give that 133 this way. This set could get a lot bigger and nicer.
You know what?
I'm saying.
We're playing the money line next week. I'm back, Jared.
Back to baseball and back to the guy
Back to baseball.
What's
happening in this podcast, Mitch?
We're
going back?
I'm only going back because of what happened just the other day.
Okay.
Conor McGregor. I'm sure everybody and their dog's seen it. Conor, listen, man. One time you were the most entertaining guy in all sports. You won $100 million in a fight with McGregor. And I say you won because he picked you and you ended up getting $100 million. Right. Then you start a whiskey and you sell that for $600. You get into a fight with Portier and you bash your leg and it's gone now. You have no leg. And you're still trying to win us over. I don't understand. You go to the Cubs game. You're going to a sanctuary now. You're going to a place that, like, they love their baseball, Connor. You may not understand it because you're different, different country, all that. That pitch, you must have saw it.
That was terrible.
Beyond terrible. And then the 7th inning, what did the Cubs do? They do the take me out to the ball game. They take you up and you sing it. Everything was horrible. Conor McGregor right now is kind of like that kid in school that's really trying to be popular again, and he's trying so hard it looks bad.
Yeah, you can't bring the Trans
stop.
Am to
Just
school
stop.
anymore.
Yeah, it's over, man. It's over.
Dude,
Just
you know what? Hey,
don't worry about it. Just rehab.
Roster, pro tip here.
Yeah.
If you get the opportunity for the pitch, don't go for power. Just go for accuracy. Just lob it right there.
Hey.
Get it over the plate. Get it to the we're not,
You're not getting a job with the Cubs.
no.
You're not starting next week.
No.
It's over. That's all I say.
I mean, it's bad.
It was not good in any capacity.
No. And
He's
you got to
trying
learn the song.
I think it was his nerves. It's getting to him. He's
spiraling out of control.
That's what I'm saying. Gets into a fight with that Machine Gun Kelly guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's trying too hard. He's trying to get in the media again, and it's falling apart.
It's not good, Mitch. It's
Now,
not a good look.
From there, let's go to the other little fight scenario that happened here.
Sure.
Your boy, Canelo Alvarez. Your boy, Caleb Plant. It's going to be a big fight, November the 6th. By the way, that's a Saturday. I checked it. Hey, Cambosos. Hey, Lopez. Just saying. Monday. I still don't get it.
Who
But
fights on a Monday if it's not Thanksgiving?
I don't get it. I'm still trying to figure it out. Or maybe it's Canadian Thanksgiving.
No, it's a week later.
Okay. So you guys messed that up too. So anyways.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
So I'm watching the presser, and I think I speak for everybody in the world that's watching this presser. Even if you're watching Instagram for 1 second,
Yeah.
you're like, they're gonna fight. This is now how they promote fights. One guy pushes another guy, they get into a fight. Do you think this is kind of sad that boxing has to get to the point where these two have to fight so that they can get their names out there? That's what I feel like it was.
No, it's nothing new, Mitch.
You don't
Come
think
on.
so?
No, it's nothing new.
It
You know
just
what?
seems like lately all the time.
Well, it sells.
Yeah.
It works.
I'm gonna buy
It got me riled up. We can get together for this one.
Okay, well, let's do it.
November 6th. Hey,
Done.
fight nights. You know how I do it. I get the ribeyes. I do the Greek fries.
You do?
Here's the menu. I do ribeye steaks.
Yeah.
Greek fries.
Uh-huh.
Put a salad in there.
Yeah, well,
Helps you
get the
digest
greens. Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
right? Watch the
Waffles.
fight.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Okay, done. You heard it here first.
Invitation.
Thank you.
I invite him all the time. He stands me up. So Raja,
He
I
does,
wanted,
and I do.
I wanted to put it out there.
It's true. He's not
Because
wrong.
someone has to ask for permission to go out on the podcast.
I love my wife.
Yeah. Huh? There you go. See, it works. It works.
You push me.
I push you. So I'm gonna tell you this: on the surface, it might look like, oh my God, Canelo snapped. What the heck is going on over here? But you got to realize one thing. He broke away from DAZN. First of all, he signed with DAZN. Okay, he broke away from Golden Boy. Now he's on his own.
Right.
So look what's happening. He's talking more English. He's instigating the pushing. Okay. He's getting the game now. Before he was this young, raw boxer.
Right.
People love to see him, but he's the biggest attraction in boxing, barring, of course,
Yeah.
a heavyweight. But from a pound for pound, I want to pay to see this guy. Canelo's number one. He's getting the business side of it. I like what I'm seeing. I'm gonna get the fight. And the thing is if you ever want to get a fight, like, this is really big because typically you don't get these unification matches
Right.
very often. It's a big fight.
I think, yeah, I've heard of this Plant guy. I think it's going to be a great fight. I'm looking forward to it. All right, back to a different kind of wrestling.
We're going back
Our
to bo-
We're going to our
We're
wrestling.
going-
You know why?
oh.
South Carolina George sent me a message this week, gave me the news before it even hit the Instagrams, guaranteed. Big news out of AEW. Look, AEW, WWE, you don't have to be the biggest fan in the world to know that these two are the two biggest rivals. Obviously, they're really the only two that are in it. And Owen Hart's situation. We're born and raised Calgary bred. I actually attended the high school that Owen Hart went to. Dimitri knows a lot of the Hart family. So the fact is, we're hardcore wrestling fans. Let's just call it is. Let's just tell our wives. I think it's time that we tell them. Let's just admit it. We're wrestling.
You know what? Yes.
The AEW came out this week and said that they're going to honor Owen Hart. The backstory is Owen Hart, ever since his tragic death, unfortunately, has not been able. His family here in Calgary does not want the WWE to honor him with a Hall of Fame. So AEW turned around and said, "Hey, Hart family, can we do something? And they agreed to it. So AEW now is going to do an honor to Owen Hart, who obviously never wrestled in AEW or anything like that. I got to be honest with you. I'm a little bit torn on it because I don't know. Is it offside? Is it like one of those unprecedented things like you shouldn't do this? Because this is the new guys on the block. AEW's already, by the way, eating the WWE's lunch right now over the last month, let's say, okay?
Fair statement.
And going forward, they're doing it. This to me is like salt in the wound a little bit. This is like, guys, this is the one subject matter maybe stay away from. But I'm torn because I want to see him honored. At the end of the day, WWE said they would do it. The family doesn't want to do it, but they go to another wrestling syndicate to kind of say, you guys do it.
Yeah, look, I'm torn on it too because you know what? Owen Hart's one of my favorite wrestlers.
I know,
all time,
course,
man. The guy was fantastic.
Stampede Wrestling, baby.
That's where it all started.
That's where it all started.
At the Corral.
Yeah.
You know it. I know it. We know it. Look, so yeah, I'm torn. I think I feel this the exact same way as you, Mitch. I love the fact that he's getting recognized. I love all that. But I just don't love that it's not in the WWE. Mm-hmm. And maybe I am going to be speaking out of turn and don't know what I'm talking about. And yes, maybe, someone might educate me. But this is just my raw opinion on this.
No pun.
You're not doing Owen Hart any favors by having a promotion that he's never wrestled in, doesn't know exists, when all his work was done in Stampede Wrestling and the WWE, where I came to love him, where I came to know him, just like everyone else.
Yeah.
That guy deserves to be in the WWE Hall of Fame, okay? And I look at this as kind of a spite move. Now, Mitch, you say family. I don't know if it's the whole family, but what I do know is, yes, I love it. He's in the news. He's going to get recognition. It's fantastic, but it's got to be in the WWE. Like, for his own legacy, Mitch. Yeah. For his own legacy. People, like, there's going to be a group and a generation moving forward of WWE fans that have no idea that not only was Owen Hart Bret Hart's brother, but Owen Hart was one of the best wrestlers to go through that company.
It's true. Yeah.
And to me, it's a shame. My opinion.
No, I hear you. You know, I'll say one thing to play a small devil's advocate. All wrestling fans will know who he is. Doesn't matter if you're pro AEW against WWE, whatever. Like, he'll get his honor, and I respect it. But I do agree with you that it's like being honored in a Hall of Fame, but not in a sport that you're in, right? So let's say there was a wrestling Hall of Fame. Okay, I get it. But this is a specific honor. They're giving him like some sort of honor at AEW where he never was. It doesn't feel right, I think, is more or less how I feel about it. But on the other end, he deserves something. Like, and I guess, South Carolina George gave us a little bit of insight in one of our live casts last year. He gave us some insight, explained the situation. I understand, but South Carolina George, I'm kind of with Dimitri on this one. He made his name at Stampede Wrestling and or WWE. That's where it should be.
Smart business move by AEW.
But at the same time, you know what?
Smart move by AEW.
See, that's where this question kind of lies. I don't know if it is. Like, it's kind of like, I think like if WWE is already mad at them because they're like I said earlier, eating their lunch. This one's like, now you guys have crossed the line. Like, this one, guys, you shouldn't have touched. Like, fine, you got a whole bunch of our other wrestlers. You're doing great in the ratings. Guys, hey, whoa, what'd you say? Like, this is like saying something about your mom, like in a different capacity.
Yeah,
this one's a little touchy, man. It's a little touchy. But
chime in, roster.
Yeah,
Tell
chime in. I'm curious to hear because we are in the mecca of wrestling. I feel here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and
and that's another thing too. Look at the Hall of Fame, and they induct all these other groups, and maybe they've done it already. Yeah. But induct the whole Hart Foundation. I want them all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You should be inducting Stampede Wrestling for. You know how many people came through Calgary?
A lot.
You know what I mean? And I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just saying. I agree with you.
If it wasn't for Grandpa Stu.
Hey, do you know what October...
It wouldn't be tough, Mitch. It wouldn't be tough.
Agreed. Another thing that started here in Calgary, well, not really, it didn't. October 12th, do you know what that is?
Yeah, isn't that the Thanksgiving?
No, that could be. That's actually what that is the start of the NHL season. So NHL Regular season starts October the 12th. It's Tampa Bay versus your Pittsburgh. It's also Seattle, the Kraken, versus Vegas. But big signing today, Kirill, the kid, the rookie, got a 5-year, $45 million contract. I'm just saying, for a rookie, is that too much? Too soon?
You know what? In today's NHL, someone knows something.
Yeah.
Someone
But he's making
knows something.
He's up there, man. Like he's up there in like this is a kid who's rookie of the year, respect, and you're giving him $9 million. Like, okay, listen, Minnesota.
Hey.
You know I hate your football team. With all due respect, we're not expecting the state of Minnesota to like this podcast. It's up there. You know why?
It's over there too.
I know it's boring in your state. I know you guys are boring. I get it. I mean, your team university name are the Gophers. I mean, I can't take you serious. And your team hockey name is the Wild. $9 million for a rook? $9 million. And he was threatening to go to the KHL. Go ahead. Go. Let's go. $9 million. He's making as much as Goudreau. At least Goudreau has been around, man. At least he's doing something. He's making more than the Goods.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. You're right. It's Minnesota.
$9 million, man.
So I didn't realize that the same ownership group that does the purple team is now doing the Wild. I didn't get it.
Sign him. Did you guys think Kirk Cousins is correct? Oh, that's what they must have thought.
I thought he was Kirill Cousins.
Cousins, Kirill. It's the same guy.
He's a quarterback for the purple team. Give him 3 years, 94.
Oh, that's so good.
No. It's too much. We'll take the 4 off. We'll give him 3 years, 9.
All right, last thing before we get into the topic of the week. The Manning brothers. Okay, last week I kind of said I like it, but I'm not sure. The ratings are up 133% on Monday Night Football. All right? So this Manning brother experiment, whatever they're doing, it's great. It's working very well. They're not doing it for every single game, by the way. But if you're Louis Riddick, Brian Greasy, and Steve Levy, those are the guys that normally do the broadcast. How upset are you? Like one day they call you, Monday Night Football, ESPN calls you, says, hey guys, you guys are the 3 new guys on Monday Night. Honey, get out. Get it all out. We're working it tonight. And then all of a sudden you get to go broadcast and they're like, hold for the Manning brothers, please. And you don't even get to say anything. You guys don't even get a gig. There's nothing. You used to, Monday Night Football commentators used to be somebody. They used to be something.
Hey, you know what? It's the Manning brothers.
It's the Manning brothers.
It's the same thing. It's like, hey, mom and dad, I want you to meet my my new girlfriend. Oh, that's great, honey. Actually, your longtime sweetheart from high school just got into town. Yeah, she did. Oh, bye.
You know, she's actually cooking dinner with me right now. We've been waiting for you.
You have no chance. You know what? It's working. I just don't know how long it's gonna last. And you know what? You know what they did. You know what the NFL did. You know this is right out of the XFL.
What?
This whole
I don't remember.
Well, remember when the XFL they were just doing like side commentating?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, right. Yeah,
right. Like it wasn't to this caliber that the Manning brothers are doing it, but NFL, you
smart.
I
get it.
I
get it. But you killed those other guys. I feel bad for them. All their lives they've been going, I want to make Monday Night Football, and then you guys kill them.
They killed them, Jerry.
Listen, that was fun. A little reminiscing of the week. You know, this is what we do.
Big week.
It was a long week.
A lot of week.
A lot of thing here.
We went back to baseball.
We went twice. Kinda.
I don't even know what to tell you.
All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, strap in, get ready, go get a drink. I'll give you a second. It's time for everyone's favorite segment. Last week, 54.1 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen,
look at this.
Look at this.
Hey, Tampa Rays, you're not getting this.
It's the 60-second snap count. Dimitri, on your go.
I'm not ready. I get nervous.
Don't get nervous. Hey, relax.
You tell me.
Take a drink.
Okay,
hey,
I'll
cheers,
do it.
cheers,
I'll do it.
cheers,
Hey, cheers.
cheers.
Okay,
Hey.
to the snap count.
To the snap count.
Tell me when, Mitch.
And go.
Week 2 starts with the Giants and their problem. Not starting 0-2, but the problem at QB. Speaking of young QBs, there doesn't really seem to be a problem in New England. Let's talk about problems in young QBs again. Trevor Lawrence, welcome to the NFL. Hey, Dorothy, you're not in college anymore. Speaking of college, the Bills decided to rack up a college score against Miami. Speaking of racks, let's go over to Vegas. Are the Raiders For real, the real deal Holyfield. Speaking of real deal, 2 words, Tampa Bay. Let's get on the points. On points, 1, that's the difference between the barn burner on Monday night. And let's stick with the number 1 because Aaron Jones is the only guy in Green Bay to do 3 rushing yards, 1 catch on Monday Night Football for the Green Bay Packers. And that's the 60-second snap count.
Boom. I even held off a second. Why? Because he's getting better and faster.
What was the time?
49.13. Sir, that's a record. That, sir, is a record. I'm writing that down. You know why? Because that is your fastest time of all time.
It's my fastest time.
That's your fastest time.
And that was a good one, too.
Yeah. Feel good for you?
It felt great.
Hey.
My
it
voice.
sounded great.
I had a...
I
went into commentator voice,
yeah,
didn't I?
You did.
Heavy.
You did.
I did.
I didn't want to say anything, but hey, I thought it was great.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's get into NFL talk because, hey, only a couple more weeks before Major League Baseball playoffs. NBA, NHL, I just told you, is only 3 weeks away, basically. And right in this, well, not in the heart of it, but we're, 1 quarter in of the NFL.
Yeah.
So week 1, spectacular in the NFL. Week 2, damn entertaining. I'll give you that. Absolutely. I want to talk about one game specific. It's you, Kansas City. It's you, Baltimore. Sunday night. Here I am, minding my own business. I'm watching the game. I'm doing my thing.
What are you supposed to do?
Hey, Kansas City looks like they've got this. You got MVP Mahomes. You got MVP Kelsey. You got this whole team's looking good. And then Lamar Jackson's going, hey, I'm going to throw up a couple interceptions. I'm not going to be myself. I called it from the get-go. I said it for the last couple of years. Lamar, you're good at one thing. Keep going with it. Heading into the third quarter, KC's up 35-24. All right? So you're seeing himself 11-point lead. KC, no problem. Granted, it's in Baltimore, but hey, we kind of know the game plan. It didn't matter, though. All of a sudden, Lamar says, hey, remember a couple years ago, pre-COVID, I was the MVP. All of a sudden, Baltimore goes, you know what? Passing the ball doesn't seem to work for us very well. How about I just run it? And they said, boom. All of a sudden, scoring 12 points in the fourth quarter, Mr. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens pull off a 36-35 win in spectacular fashion. So my question is, did Kansas City give away the game, or did Baltimore actually win that game? Who do you blame? Who do you feel was the catalyst in that game?
Yeah, what a great rivalry that this has become, right? Because absolutely. You really have two. You got one amazing quarterback and one really good quarterback. I think, look, Kansas City lost the game. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to say, but you fumbled at the last second. You gave the game away. You were right. The game ended justifiably so. Kansas City looked like they had control.
Right.
Making both teams are making big plays, but they got control. You run the score up a bit. Baltimore, it's their turn to run it up a bit. But you can't fumble. No. You just cannot fumble the football when you're. I'm sorry to say, like that. I don't know, Mitch. Like, I get people make plays, but I looked at that and said, you got to know better. With a minute, like, what? 2 hands? You can't. Like, I don't know.
No. This is the thing. You're not wrong, but here's the thing that on that play, it was the right play to make. Run the ball.
Yeah, run the ball. I get it.
But here's the big but. And I know people are going to be like, well, you're not being fair. No, I am being fair. Kansas City's good at one thing. They've proven over the last couple of years, passing the ball. There was a play in this game where Travis Kelce caught the ball around the 30-yard line and literally bounced off like a ping pong off 3 or 4 guys and scored a touchdown. Kansas City can score basically at any time.
You look like the T-1000.
Exactly. They can spread the field and they can score at any time. So then all of a sudden you guys go to a portion of your game, the run game, which you're not good at. Same thing in Baltimore. I reverse it. You guys suck at passing the ball. Lamar, let's call it what it is. Dimitri said the best the other day. You said what? Do you remember what you said to me?
You know what, Mitch? I'm not going to admit that you're right because I don't think you're entirely right. No, I got to give it to you. Lamar Jackson is an RG3 2.0.
Right.
He's peaked.
Yep.
There's not much more you're going to get from him.
No.
He can run.
Sure.
He can run very well.
Very well.
He can throw All right.
Okay, once in a while.
Okay. But he's not threading the needle like Mahomes.
No.
He's not picking pockets like Rodgers.
Couldn't agree
and
more.
he is certainly not being the general like a Peyton Manning.
That's correct.
And does not have the pedigree to win of a Tom Brady. I looked at all of them everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but here's what's going to happen. There's a guy in San Francisco named Colin Kaepernick, where all of a sudden he took everyone by storm and they made it to the Super Bowl final and they said, oh my goodness. It doesn't work. I said it last week. People figure people out very quick in the NFL if you're a one-trick pony. You can't expense this guy to be the saving grace to do a read option. It's not going to work in its entirety. Just like in the Super Bowl last year. Yeah, you won one, KC, but when you're put up against a Tampa Bay that is good everywhere on every side of the ball, well, guess what? You can't even rely on just the pass. So Baltimore, KC, both of you better learn second sides of the football. Defense, fine. I'll give them the pass on defense. They play good enough defense to compete.
That's right. That's what you have to do.
To compete with any team. But hey, you're not going to last long with Lamar Jackson just trying to punch it down doing the read option, because you've already been caught that way.
That's right.
You're not going to be able to just throw the ball, because guess what, Kansas City? We're Green Bay fans, and we've seen that where we've won one and we can't make it back over and over.
That's correct.
So start learning the other side. I'm sorry to say, Mitch, this is where you're right. Lamar Jackson has peaked. The Baltimore Ravens have to know it, and now you got to build around it, and you got to protect him.
Done.
Agreed. He's peaked.
Agreed.
This is his best.
Agreed. And Kansas City.
And you're lucky that a second-year running back gave you the game. Hey, don't. Because I'll get him, Mitch.
All I'm going to
Let
say
me
is
tell you something else about the Owen Hart thing with AEW now that we're on it.
Let it go. No, for me, I'll just say this last part. Kansas City, listen, a lot of people have you guys in the Super Bowl. You ain't getting to the Super Bowl. I promise you. You will not get to the Super Bowl if that's how you play the run defense. And because it's early right now, so everyone's pass happy. And if Baltimore's already exposing that you guys can't stop the run, what happens when you play Tennessee? What happens when you play when you see Baltimore in the playoffs potentially and other run-heavy teams? You guys are
letting
not
Buffalo have another crack at you. Falling short against Cleveland that you can't play
you know
against.
What? You're showing them your tell. You're showing them your tell. The bottom line is you guys can't stop the run. Fix the run. You guys got a chance, but you don't need to run the ball. Lamar, respect. One thing, I saw a little stat. Michael Vick has the most amount of 100-yard rushing games for a quarterback. He's got 10.
How many Super Bowls?
0. How many does Lamar have? How many 100-yard games does Lamar have in 46 games?
I don't know. I'll say
48 games.
13.
9.
Ooh.
He's already there. So the point I'm trying to make is this. Michael Vick has a way better arm than Lamar ever did. But Lamar's showing you he's good at running the ball. I know you don't want your quarterback exposed. Just tell him angles in, and then slide. That's it. Done. That's it. And that takes me to my next point. This weekend, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 44-year-old Tom Brady, already 10 touchdown passes. This guy
48 points, these Buccaneers, man.
This Tampa Bay team is unbelievable. But what I want to talk about is the fact is they now have a big competition. This week, they go to LA. They're taking on the Rams. This is going to be an awesome matchup, potentially the NFC Championship game, all right, from all intents and purposes. Mm-hmm. But what I want to talk about is not so much this week's game. It's next week. We're thinkers. We're 1 week ahead.
Chess.
Next week, prime time. It's Foxborough. It's It's Brady going back to Foxborough against Billy Ball. My question is, this week, I'm looking from a bettor's point of view. I think I take the Rams hard this week because if I'm Tom and if I'm Gronk, all I'm thinking about is next week in Foxborough, going back home. I want to light it up there as much as I can. And LA Rams are a good team. I take the Rams heavy this week. But what say you, Mr. Dimitri?
I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah.
And not because it's an upset. I just think that it's too early in the season where Tampa Bay is running into a Tampa Bay team.
Right.
And so I just think that the Rams are gonna edge them out.
I like the Rams. I like the way they're playing. They're a very similar team all the way around.
But Tampa Bay's still the team to beat in the league. It's clear, it's evident. They haven't stopped. It's just that you play the best, it brings the best out of you.
I agree.
And that's what I think's gonna happen.
To me, That's a very good point. I like that. But this is also like kind of you alluded to earlier about the ex-girlfriend. You know you're going to a wedding next week, and you're gonna see your ex, and she dumped you, or you dumped her. You're not sure yet.
Yeah. You're
know
not
what
worried
I'm saying?
about. You want to jump on the Peloton.
You're getting
You
on
get
the Peloton
you get
this
on.
week. You know what I'm saying?
You're going for a
You're
jog.
not eating for a week. You're doing intermediate fasting, literally to the point where you pass out, and you're running on the treadmill, doing the Peloton, doing whatever.
That's what it is.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm just giving you guys the inside.
You're
on
like,
the inside.
guys, look, I'd love to. I'll show up.
Yep.
Okay, I'll come to the party. I'll show up. I'll say my highs, but I'm not eating pizza.
I'm not sitting next to her.
I can't. You know, I got a thing to go to next week.
Is she bringing a date? Give me the guest list. I want to see where am I
Like, I
sitting?
just wish I could see like where Brady and Gronk are just sitting there and saying, when we walk in,
Yeah.
I want to see the look on his face.
Buddy, can you imagine? I'm just thinking. I'm already thinking about when they see each other. Do they say hello at the end? Do they say hello to be? This is gonna be bigger than the Super Bowl pregame.
Tom, are you wearing the Patek?
All right, last one. So week 2. I mean, I know it's only week 2, so I don't want to get too over the top. Any player or team that's super surprising you, both bad or good right now?
I don't know if they're surprising me, but I'll put them in the category. It's the Las Vegas Raiders.
Look at this.
Because
What's that say?
Shut up. That's so funny. Because I am liking what I'm seeing everywhere that they're playing. And so they don't have to rely on Derek. Like, they got a quarterback that is Dak Prescott-y,
I see what you're saying.
right?
Sure.
Okay. They got a running game.
Yeah.
They got a team that stayed intact.
Yeah.
They're filling gaps. They got a good coach. Like, everything's just kind of slowly working together. And you know what? Imagine, I look at the Rams and I look at the Raiders and I see like the same team.
Yeah.
Slight improvements that could make huge changes to what we see this year.
You know what? I love it. And I'll being that you took them, I'll just quickly say Tennessee. This team last year had a little bit of a run.
You can't be happy with it.
And this is where I'm kind of I'm more surprised that this team is exactly the way they were last year. This team, for some reason, likes to be down. They don't like to. In week 1, they got so much down they couldn't get out of that hole. Again, They're down to Seattle in Seattle, and they end up pulling it off. This team, in the weirdest way, they are such a peculiar team where I'm like, they almost like being down 7 or 14-0, and then they turn it on. It's the weirdest thing. It's like they like to be beaten up, and they're like, okay. They're like Hogan. Remember when you used to hit him, and he'd get all
then he'd
like,
hit you all.
It's like that. That's what Tennessee's like. I don't know
a
why.
real titan, fight for the rights of every fan.
The only other thing I could say is Brady. I mean, at 44, man, this guy looks better than ever.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's like, stop. You're good looking. You're married to the supermodel. Your kids are probably all gifted and smart as well. Stop. It's enough.
Stop it.
He actually we're going to get into it. Now it's time for Rapid Bounce.
Let's do it, Mitch.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Penn State coach Bruce Barnum spent $14,000 on beer for fans. Dumb move, or don't worry, I can write this off.
Talk about a Barnum burner, huh?
In a recent interview, Tom says the NFL is softer now. Listen to the king, or you're wrong, Tom. It's just different.
No, it's you. You're 44, man.
So cool.
So cool.
Canelo Alvarez says Jake Paul is maybe good for boxing. Is he right?
Completely right.
Aaron Rodgers says that his hairdo is because of a Halloween costume he's getting ready for. Committed or not worth it, man.
I hope the Halloween costume's a Super Bowl winner, Aaron.
I like that one. Drew Brees is gone. Floods again, and now the Superdome was on fire the other day. Want to go to New Orleans?
I'll take a pass.
Ben Simmons, former #1 NBA draft pick for the 76ers, says he's not going to camp. Do you think anyone cares?
It's the 76ers. No.
So lots of tailgate videos have arisen and in-stadium brawls over the first 2 weeks. Two-part question. Who's the toughest fan base in the NFL?
Raiders.
And question B, why are they so mad?
Raiders.
Kourtney Kardashian and Megan Fox just did a photo shoot together. Who would you team up together?
Both at the same time.
Donald Trump is suing his niece and the New York Times over a tax return story. Donald, you're turning orange. Just relax. Or who cares, man?
You know, shame on you, niece.
Come on.
Come on.
It's your uncle.
Yeah.
It's your uncle.
Come on, Uncle Donnie.
Ben and Jen don't follow each other on Instagram. Is this a troubling issue?
Who?
Ben a who? On this day in 1997, today, Bill Goldberg made his WCW debut. Happy anniversary, or please stop already.
Yeah, and last year so did his shorts.
All right, last one. Chara is back as an Islander where he started it. He signed a 1-year contract. Nostalgic, or nah, not really.
Yeah, sure. Bring in DiPietro while we're at it.
Whatever happened to that guy?
I
heard he had
when
bad,
he played and when
I heard he had bad knees, bad
But
hips.
the
He had
Islander,
bad hips.
him and Yashin.
Yeah,
what a deal.
What a great
What
deal.
a deal.
Yashin.
Speaking of deal, we got to deal up we got to get going, Mitch.
We're done. We're finished.
We
Don't
gotta
worry.
get going.
Take
Hey,
it
we made a
easy.
commitment.
Hey,
We made a
we
commitment.
did. Here we go. Rapid banter. Okay. At the very beginning, I talked about political names. Some of our best podcasts and best Maga Malakas were porn names or adult film titles. I said, hey, I perused. You know me. I went through it. I found political names. These are the people you're trusting with because, hey, here in Canada, we
Okay.
trust our guys. Here we go.
Okay.
Best political names. Magar Malaka, Ben Bushyhead. He's a Democrat in the States.
Maga.
Maga.
Maga, that's a good one.
That's a good one. How about this one? This person is currently the state treasurer of Alabama, Young Boozer. This is all legit, by the way. Young Boozer. Maga or Malaka.
You know what? I'm gonna go Malaka, not the boozer, but the young.
The Young.
That's a
Young
raw deal
and you
for a
knew
first
what your
name.
last name was,
Yeah.
Mom and Dad. Why would you make that?
At that point, call him heavy.
Here's another. Well, funny you say that. How about the member of Massachusetts? He's a member of Congress. It's Ryan Fatman. Fatman.
That's just rude.
That's
Malaka.
rude.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Hey, this is the fat man generation. I like it. Here's one. She ran for Congress in 2010. It's Crystal Ball.
I like it.
Not bad.
Maga.
You can make it work.
It can work across a lot of industries.
Couple of different things.
Couple of different things. Boy, don't you wish you had that in politics, huh?
Yes. She's a judge in Massachusetts. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Janelle Lawless.
Janelle, as you know what, Maga, because no, I'm gonna go Malaka.
What?
Because you have to explain that she's a judge for the joke to make sense.
Right.
It's
I see what you're saying.
it's like telling a joke and then.
But
yeah.
when you're okay, so you're about
mean,
to
it's
get,
MAGA in
you're
its
about to
own
get you're about
right.
to fight a ticket and
Yeah.
you look up and you're like, okay, that's the judge, and then her last name's Lawless. I mean, it's kind of yeah, I'm just saying. He's a Republican. It's Dick Ball. Dick Ball. You knew there was going to be at least one dick joke in this. There had to be. Dick Ball.
I mean, Maga.
They go together.
Don't they? Isn't it funny that we got
It's
one dick?
anatomically correct.
We have one
Yeah.
dick and two balls on
That's
this
right,
list.
That's right.
Don't we?
Well, his cousin
Oh,
was the
geez.
mayor of Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's Harry Ball. This is all legit. I swear to God.
You know, at that point, just go plural with the last name.
Right. Yeah.
Maga.
Yeah.
Both of
Maga
them
is.
Maga.
All right. Couple more. Two more. I held the best one. So, former House of Representative for New Hampshire. It's Dick Sweat.
Malaka. I don't.
Because you know I am with names. So it could be Dick Sweet or Sweat. I went with Sweat because it looks
It's
like
one E and two T's, Mitch. I see it.
Yeah.
Malaka. No, that's just gross.
baby powder. That's all I'm going to say. All right, two more and we're done. He was a senator of the Netherlands. So respect because they probably don't see it the same way.
Right.
It's Tiny Cox.
You know what? Maga.
Maga.
Because there's nothing wrong with it. Okay?
And last one, ladies and gentlemen, this was my favorite. It's Justin Trudeau. Maga or Malaka?
Malaka.
Malaka it is. There it is. Episode 177 in the books.
You did it, Mitch.
Hey,
you did
there it is.
You
That's
did
what it is. Maga
Look,
Malaka.
roster, thank you very much. It's fun for us. I hope it's fun for you. But again, don't forget to follow us on the channels at RLRT Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, Real Locker Room Talk on the Facebook page, RLRT TV on YouTube, the way you're watching us right now. Got all the links on the bio. Subscribe to the page, Podbean, Spotify, iTunes. Episode 177. We got to shove it in the locker because we do got to hit the showers. Thanks, roster.
Have a great night. Bye. See you next week. What? His name is Dick Sweat. Couldn't believe it.
You know, ending on the Justin Trudeau thing was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
That
was and the thing stayed up. Hey?
You know what?
See?
It's because you changed
It's
the
timer.
hour.
It's
thing.
the
Yeah,
timer.
I knew what the problem was.
Tech.
I didn't know how to fix it.
That was a good list.
Good list. You like that?
Harry Ball.
Harry Ball.
Like, you know what? I get it. You know,
Oh, one last one, real quick. If you stuck around, I swear to God, last one. Frank Schmuck. He was a
Oh, you can't do that.
committee of Arizona. Frank
You gotta
Schmuck.
pretend you're French. No, it's Francois Schmook.
Schmuck. Yeah. I mean,
Francois Schmook.
yeah, Frank
Not
Schmuck.
bad.
Yeah, come on. Hey.
I get it if you're like, you know, Richard Sweat.
Mm.
And because, you know, Dick is now a nickname for Richard, it's like, you can't help it.
You got to remember.
But if you go out of your way and say, yeah, our last name's Ball, let's name him Harry.
Yeah, you're just rude parents.
That's not how you are.
Funny,
You guys
but
are
rude.
dicks. You guys are dicks.
Entertaining parents, I must admit, but dicks all at the same time. Yeah, that's not nice. All right. So
Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later.
I'll get this.
Hey.